Hey everyone. Over the last couple of days, I've noticed quite a few people who have been asking for RotS groups at War's Retreat. You don't actually need to kill RotS in a group, although it is a lot easier and probably recommended. But if you are in a situation where you don't have anyone to play with, or you're not getting any luck with people trying to help out, you can do it solo, and it doesn't need to be necromancy. A lot of the guides out there will just be for necromancy. This guide is league specific. You probably can do it in the main game, although I wouldn't recommend it. But if you are someone who fits all that criteria and you do want to fight RotS solo in with the melee relic, then I'll essentially provide you a guide on how you can do that. So the first thing that you want to do before attempting RotS is just check the rotation. So if you just go over to your quest tab or your adventurers tab, click on beasts, navigate to RotS, you'll be able to see which brothers are on which side. So west side, Aram, Darak, Torag; east side, Guthan, Carol, and Barak. So this is kind of hard. Ideally you don't want to start on Carol's side because Carol will delay the start of the fight for the brothers to jump over onto your side. But you also don't want to be on Torag's side because you don't want to waste a totem if he pummels you into the ground. So for this guide, I opted to go across on Carol's side, just so that I have the least amount of time possible with Torags to avoid wasting a totem. That being said, let's move on to what I would recommend for the gear. So for this guide, I went with as bare minimum as possible that I think is required, and the only real requirements aside from the Barrows totems is an Essence of Finality with a Dragon two-hander special in there, because that's just going to let you do a ton of AoE damage and get a ton of heals back and kill the brothers relatively quick. So for this guide, I went with the lowest possible augmentable gear that I could basically get, and it was just Carol's. Carol's is obviously going to help us with the ranging portion as well. So just Carol's rocking best in slot augments from the Wikipedia. I will put them on screen for you in a moment, and just refer to the Wikipedia for how you make these particular augments. Otherwise, just use whatever you prefer, really. I don't think it matters overly too much because the relic's carrying you for most of the fight. Weapons, I went Lanika's Spear. A lot of people have this already and are using this because it is tier 90 damage, so it is very strong and it will scale up the Dragon two-hander in the EOF. For ranged weapon, I just went with the Royal Crossbow. Simply for the fact that it's tier 80, easy to obtain. You know, QBD drops a piece pretty much every single kill, and the quest to unlock the Coral Crossbow isn't that hard at all. Ring of Death, as you'll see later on in this guide, Ring of Death did save me quite a few times, and it is also a good option because it will allow you to just get that final kill in case you make a mistake or anything like that. For gloves, for boots, for cape slot, I just went with basic options. I mean, Cinderbane's pretty much BIS. Boots, Dragon Rider boots, just they're a hybrid alternative. Cape, I just went with the skill cape for this guide because it is a hybrid. Obviously use better options if you have them. And for the helmet, I just wanted to look like Earthworm Jim, so I rocked the Jaws of the Abyss, and coifs are ugly anyway, in my opinion. So yeah, that's the gear I went with. But that's enough rambling from me. Let's just crack on into the guide. Obviously, I will provide any commentary as the guide plays. So at the start of the fight here, you're going to be reducing Carol's HP to as low as possible without killing Carol. This will ensure that by the time that the other brothers have jumped over, Carol is just a one-hit kill, and then you're on to Torags. You can also see that I do run away from the other brothers after whittling them down as well, just to avoid any unnecessary damage, and in this instance Carol's bombs. So just keep moving if Carol does place all these bombs on the ground, otherwise you'll take, 5 to 6,000 damage per bomb, so it's just unnecessary damage that can be avoided. Now the other three brothers have jumped across, you can see Carol's currently untargetable, so I go for Torag. Ideally you'd want to kill Carol first, then Torag, but I want Torag out of the fight, so kill Torag here, and then jump straight onto Carol. And there you have it, a successful solo RotS kill using Unga Bunga Melee. I do have some other clips to play after this, so if you do want to watch them, or if you want to see that example of that Ring of Death, make sure to watch the rest of the video. Other than that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you.